From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Thursday, October the 11th, 2018. An IDF reserve soldier was stabbed in a terror attack this morning in the West Bank. A Palestinian terrorist stabbed the 30-year-old soldier outside an army base in the northern West Bank. He was moderately hurt with injuries to his face and torso. IDF soldiers fired at the terrorist, who fled, missing him, and a 26-year-old Israeli woman in the area was lightly injured by shrapnel from the shots. The two victims were taken to the hospital for treatment, and a search was on for the terrorist. An American graduate student refused entry into Israel over allegations that she promotes the boycott of the Jewish state, appealed that decision in a Tel Aviv court today. 22-year-old Lara AlQassam arrived at Ben Gurion Airport last week on a student visa to study at Hebrew University in Jerusalem, but she was prevented from entering the country based on suspicions that she supports the BDS, Boycott, Divestment, and Sanctions campaign. AlQassam previously served as president of the University of Florida's chapter of Students for Justice in Palestine, a group associated with BDS. But she claims she does not support the movement now. Last year, Israel passed a law banning entry for any foreigner who knowingly issues a public call for boycotting Israel. AlQassam has been held at a facility at the airport facing deportation. Hebrew University, meanwhile, is supporting AlQassam. The school's president, Asher Cohen, told Army Radio what's being done regarding this student hurts our activities against BDS. He said she wants to come here and learn. IDF troops today destroyed a Hamas terror tunnel which infiltrated over 650 feet into Israel. The tunnel was connected to a network of other Hamas tunnels, and the IDF noted this one used several new methods of construction, which the IDF said it believes the terror group used to get around IDF's tunnel detection system and to ultimately use it to carry out a terror attack in Israel. The IDF said it had been surveilling the tunnel for some time, and today it was neutralized by a military engineering operation inside Israeli territory. The IDF said, "We estimate $3 million worth of cement, electrical equipment, and hours of labor were invested in this tunnel instead of investing in healthcare, education, or food for the people of Gaza." They said this economic investment, which comes at the expense of the welfare of the residents of the Gaza Strip, proves the exploitation of the population for terrorist purposes. The tunnel is the 15th of its kind detected and destroyed by Israel since October of last year. Well, more today on the two resolutions passed at UNESCO that we reported to you about yesterday, which called two holy sites in Hebron, the Tomb of the Patriarchs, and Rachel's Tomb, occupied Palestinian territory. The resolutions did also show signs of improvement from previous UNESCO resolutions in that they also state that the tombs are of religious significance for Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. The resolutions also modified statements on Jerusalem, affirming the importance of the old city of Jerusalem and its walls for the three monotheistic religions. The texts still await a final vote. Israel's ambassador to the UN, Danny Danon, said the efforts to water down the resolutions were too little, too late, and he criticized the text relating to the Hebron holy sites. Writing on social media, UNESCO proves again it is a body based on lies and biases and deliberately acts against Israel. He wrote, "We will never be a part of an organization that rewrites history." Later, a UNESCO spokesperson claimed that Israel, along with the Palestinians and Jordanians, had given the green light to the full text of the resolution, allowing it to be adopted by consensus at the UNESCO board. And staying with Danon, the ambassador also shared on his Twitter account that in response to complete silence from the United Nations on the murders this past Sunday of two Israelis by a Palestinian terrorist in the West Bank, Danon had placed their photos and candles in the UN to remind the world of what happened. The first Israeli mission to the moon has been slightly delayed. SpaceIL said yesterday that SpaceX, whose rockets are set to carry the unmanned Israeli probe into space, had informed them of a delay of a number of weeks. The Israeli craft will perform research on the moon's magnetic field. It was scheduled to launch in December and reach the moon in February of next year. The launch will now be sometime in early 2019. Well, 70s rock band America performed 2 shows in Israel this week. Original members Jerry Beckley and Dewey Bunnell took the stage Tuesday night at the ancient Caesarea Amphitheater and told the sold-out show, "I don't think we've ever played in a place quite as beautiful as this." They performed there last night as well, playing some of their biggest hits like Horse with No Name. The band was supposed to perform in Israel back in 2014, but had to cancel because of the war with Gaza, promising fans they would make it there. On Tuesday night, after their last song, they said, "We leave you with this one, America loves Israel." Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Thursday, October the 11th at 7 o'clock. It's Talmud Study. At 8, journalists Brett Stevens and Peter Beinart debate the future relationship between Israel and American Jewry. Then at 9 tonight, Mark Golub sits down with cast members of the hit Amazon series The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, which just won 5 Emmy Awards. He speaks with the show's stars Rachel Brosnahan, Alex Borstein, Michael Zegan, and Maren Hinkle. At 10, authors Dara Horn and Ruby Namdar discuss the Jewish themes in their writing. And coming up right after this newscast tonight at 6:30, it's the Debka File. And that's the JBS News Update for Thursday, October the 11th, 2018. I'm Teisha Bader.